Welcome to News9 Mediaverse, and you are watching On Point with me. And in this special edition, we are going to talk about Ground Zero Moreh, a border town important for India's strategic and commercial outreach to East Asia. Why? Because that would have been the road link linking us to Myanmar, through Cambodia, through Thailand, to Vietnam. But now the town is tense following clashes between security forces and Kuki militants. Fresh violence broke out on Wednesday in the border town. 2 state police personnel were killed in the attack. But that's not the story. Manipur government in response has sought helicopters to meet the emergency situation. Even helicopters are not pressed in regular situation in Naxalite areas. The last time air power was used was in Mizoram, when Aizawl was taken over by the cadres. The situation in Moreh has been tense following an ambush on security forces by suspected insurgents on December 30th, after which a curfew was imposed. This incident in Moreh comes after the Manipur police arrested 2 Kuki suspects in the killing of the SDPO C.H. Anand in October last year. A large number of women protested in front of the Moreh police station demanding the unconditional release of the 2 suspects. Now the issue is, what is causing the uptick of violence in Manipur? Why has Moreh become ground zero of tensions in Manipur? Now on this issue, I am joined by Mr. Ramachandra Singh, retired Director of Police Violence Manipur. I am also joined by Hejang Bisau, social activist, Suhas Chakma, Director of Rights and Risk Analysis, and Major General Ashwani Sivach. Now, before I go to all my guests, let me introduce my input editor, Brijesh Pandey. Brijesh, let me play out the graphics on the right hand side. Let me take you through some of the event precursors. Now, on Jan 7, security force vehicle was targeted by the Kuki militant. You know, these are the things which happened. Now, 2 Manipur personnel were killed in the attack. 3 police personnel injured in the attack. So, you know, these are the issues which have happened, and security forces and the militants exchanged fire at 3 places. So, if you look at it, it's not as if everything has happened today. Now, there is a precursor to it, and those details would be in our slugs, and they would be in our graphics as to why Moreh has become so volatile and why everything has shifted from Kangpokpi to Imphal Valley to Moreh. Why is Moreh so important in the scheme of things? But to you now, when Chief Minister or a state government seeks helicopters, you have covered security, what does it mean?
Well, I think, you know, in this particular case, the intention which the state government is talking about is that in case of any commandos or security personnel gets injured or seriously injured, and in a situation where time is of the essence, or time makes, you know, half an hour makes the difference between a life and a death, helicopters comes in very handy to ferry that injured commando from the spot to, you know, to a place where advanced medical facility can be provided to the Jawan. So, I think purpose of the state government asking for helicopter would be this, because, you know, to carry out an attack using helicopter would be slightly, you know, adventurous, given the fact that Moreh is no ordinary town. It's a border town, and, you know, where the government is using helicopters for security purpose. I don't think that the government would be doing something like that. It's more to ferry a wounded or an injured Jawan to a place, you know, which can be transported quickly to make sure that he gets best of the facility.
Okay. Now facility. Let me play out a tweet of the Manipur police. You know, Manipur police has made a statement. Today, 17th 1/2024, at early morning, armed militants orchestrated a violent attack on the state forces employing firearms and explosives in Moreh, Tengnoupal district. In the incident, 1 person was 6 Manipur rifles, namely Somarjit Mehti, was martyred in the line of duty, while 3 police personnel sustained injuries. Security forces are presently engaging the inimical elements. This is the tweet. I am joined by Suhas Chakma. I am joined by Major General Ashwani Sivach. First, I will go to General Sivach. General Sivach, can you just tell our viewers, when do you seek helicopters? What is the situation when you require helicopters?
I couldn't hear your question. Can you repeat me,
So
please?
when Manipur government has sought helicopters, I am asking you, when do you require helicopters? When do you seek helicopters?
Very correctly have been brought out that in this case the helicopter is basically asked by the Manipur civil administration for casualty evacuation. What they are suspecting is that since the Kuki militants have been operating and also operating from Myanmar, and there have been a crashes which have taken place, and due to which there were a commando from the police which was injured, and he was to be evacuated, and so therefore, the evacuation has to be done by air in case you want to save life. And also brought out this issue, the road connectivity is being disrupted by the blockade put by the tribal. So therefore, the requirement is basically for of the helicopter is the casualty evacuation. So that's one thing. What I am trying to understand is no doubt about it. The situation is in Moreh being a border town and a hub center where a lot of trade and business goes between India from Manipur to toward Myanmar through this town. Now the question coming is that since there is also a volatile situation in Myanmar, it is now spilling over to Manipur also. So therefore, there are militants which are operating in Myanmar. They were also operating against the government of Myanmar, and they are now start operating against uh, Manipur forces also. That is a cause of concern. Time and again we have been talking on one issue. Until and unless these weapons which are there in the society are not taken back, you will not find the situation becoming normal. And that proves beyond doubt that the situation is not at all normal. And the second thing is, whatever you may say, that you have to seal the border, starting from Arunachal Pradesh down to Mizoram. It may take time, another 5 6 years, but the start has to be made because this is not going to be an easy task. But certainly, you need to seal the border. This free move of people from Manipur to Myanmar up to 16 kilometer is going to create a problem of a law and order in time to come. As on today, to me, it looks like that the situation in Moreh is not under control, and we have to now adopt a strategy that we can now fight against the Kuki militant. That's what is been conveyed. It means the Kuki militants are operating from Myanmar, coming in Manipur, hitting you and then going back in Myanmar. So it's a tricky situation, but certainly the helicopter is being asked only for cash evacuation. My another take is, in case there is a casualty evacuation, there are army troops available there. There is a core headquarters there. The core is operating in the area around, and there are helicopters
Okay.
there which are of the army. Why should we not make use of it in case of emergency? They should be also utilized. After all, it is a question of security forces fighting against the militant, and the security
Okay.
forces encompasses all the forces.
Okay, sir.